welcome back. Thank you for joining. Janet Yellen, in her latest interview, shocked literally everyone, I think, perhaps even herself, when she declared the US economy had achieved a long-sought soft landing. She made a statement that the US economy is doing so well that it is time to declare we've reached a soft landing. Secretary Yellen claimed victory over inflation as well as many other clearly negative economic data points, which we will discuss later in this video. Here's Yellen herself sharing the news that Americans are happy with their financial circumstances, that they're opening many new businesses, and generally things are going very well for them. Watch.
Yeah. It is very rare to bring down inflation as much as we have without seeing a weakening in the job market, but we have 23 months in a row unemployment under 40%. Haven't seen that in 50 years.
So the soft landing, did it happen?
What we're seeing now, I think we can describe as a soft landing, and my hope is that it will continue.
So you did it.
Well, the American people did it. The American people go to work every day, participate in the labor market, form new businesses. But President Biden has tried to create incentives that give Americans the tools they need to help this economy grow. We have 3 huge pieces of legislation investing in American infrastructure, spurring private investment in semiconductors and in clean energy, and that's really sparking a growth, especially in manufacturing jobs in the United States.
So Yellen believes that what we're seeing now is actually soft landing, and she hopes that it will continue. We can assume that Yellen is likely basing her statement on the latest government-released figures that show job gains and even wage increases beating expectations as of December 2023, the latest data available. December wage data showed that average hourly earnings increased slightly above 4%, and because the official data is telling us that inflation has slowed down to 3.2%, Yellen is likely concluding that the wage growth now outpaces the rate of inflation. So I'm assuming that is exactly why she said that American workers are getting ahead and the progress for the middle-income families is very noticeable, she said. So first, let's take a quick look at the official data that she likely used to make that statement. As I shared on my Substack in my weekly recap post, per the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, December job growth climbed unexpectedly. U.S. economy added 216,000 jobs in December, beating expectations of 170,000 jobs. And what's even better, the unemployment rate was unchanged at 3.7%. So that is the official data, and as I said, I shared it in my weekly recap post that goes out on a Friday afternoon every single week. You're welcome to subscribe if you want to stay up to date and get a short, brief summary of the key events that happened that week. But if we take a deeper look at the latest data, we will likely see an entirely different picture. There are many red flags in the latest jobs report, and I just want to point out several key takeaways to show that declaring soft landing is likely, let's just say, a bit premature. Since the Federal Reserve always focuses on the jobs data, we have to realize that there have been multiple downward revisions of previous data every single month. This is a consistent regular occurrence that happens. For example, as you can see here, it turns out that 10 of the last 11 months have seen downward revisions in jobs data. So it means that the actual numbers were far worse than the original numbers that were announced. The November 2023 jobs number was revised from 199,000 to 173,000 jobs added versus 180,000 jobs forecasted. The October jobs report was revised lower from 150,000 jobs to only 105,000 jobs. This means that the October jobs report was an even bigger miss than forecasted. Now, the September 2023 jobs number was revised downward by 74,000 jobs. So to sum it up, it means that the jobs number consistently missed expectations. The labor market is not as strong as we keep hearing from the mainstream media. Why did the unemployment rate of 3.7% remain seemingly unchanged? Well, it's likely because the US economy lost approximately 1.5 million full-time jobs in a span of a month. As you can see here, this is published by the BLS. Labor force participation rate fell in December. Additionally, this is the Services PMI report on business performance that shows the unemployment actually plunged to 43.3, effectively the contraction territory. That level hasn't been seen outside of crises like COVID and the Great Recession. It actually didn't even sink that far during the 2001 recession. Next, the jobs added to the economy have been primarily in the government sector. And that is really bad news because you need private sector jobs to actually support government positions. And lastly, earnings continue to rise, but when adjusted for inflation, earnings are still much lower compared to 2 and 3 years ago. So Yellen's point about American workers enjoying wage growth is virtually impossible to substantiate with any data sets. So needless to say, despite Janet Yellen's announcement, we might want to hold off on celebrating a soft landing. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure that you join me on YouTube, Rumble, and Substack. I would love to see you on those platforms as well. I'll see you in my new video tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.